Hello, Ravneet Sandu. Thank you so much for reaching out and scheduling a reading. Thank you for your patience in receiving it. Generally, there's about a 3 to 4 day turnaround time to receive your video, but this is the second time I'm doing yours. I did it earlier, and then I went back and I listened to it before sending it out, and I was like, I was very low energy, and I was like, I want to do better than that. I don't want to send a low energy video out, so I'm just gonna do it again. So I'm sorry it took a little bit longer, but at least I'm awake, I'm alive, and I can give you 100% in the reading, and that's important to me, my dear. I want to put good energy into all my readings. So, Ravneet, we're going to connect here, see what's going on. It seems like you just kind of feel a little bit stuck right now in love life and in your career. So we're going to look at your overall general energy. I'm asking Archangel Michael to come into this reading space to bring an accurate truth for Ravneet. Anything and everything that Ravneet needs to know is going to be in her best and highest good, best and highest interest. And just accurate truth in loving and gentle ways. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Asking Archangel Raphael to bring in messages regarding true love, soul contracts, healing, blockage removal for Ravneet, anything and everything that is in our best and highest interest to know. We thank you, Archangel Raphael, for coming into this reading space. All right, my darling, we're going to connect here and see what we are getting for you in the overall general energy. And then we're going to go in deeper. And we're going to get into the more specific questions and more specific details. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So at the foundation, what you have here is King of Pentacles. Okay. So this is making me feel like the foundation or the issue here around love life, this could be that you're seeking this King of Pentacles kind of energy, the stability, the long-term planning, the practicality. King of Pentacles, much like Queen of Pentacles, to me also gives me a sense of hominess, like, you know, having nice things, having a comfortable living, having a comfortable life. I'm going to go ahead and pull some clarifiers here, though, because I want to get an understanding of why this is showing up as the foundation for you around the energy of love. So let's see. Clarifier 1, clarifier 2, clarifier 3. Alright, okay, so you got 8 of Swords. Now it's making sense. Oh yeah, it's making sense. You got 4 of Cups. And you got 5 of Pentacles. Alright, so this is what it is. This is why love life has been challenging, or why love life is challenging for you right now. There isn't a whole lot of stability, or I shouldn't say that. I don't want to say that there isn't stability in your life. There isn't a whole lot of satisfaction or a sense of gratification in your life, okay? So I think there's just this part of you that's like, well, if I know who I'm going to be with, if I know who I'm going to settle down with, then maybe that's going to rescue me from this feeling of not being fulfilled. Like, maybe that's going to make me feel fulfilled, or that's going to give me a sense of purpose or a sense of direction, or, you know, maybe I can get married and be in a relationship, and then, you know, things will be good, or I'll have a better idea of, you know, where I'm going to live, or what I want to do, or what I want to focus on. And so, in some ways, finding the right person, you might be viewing this as, when I find my person, then I'm gonna know where my place is. Then I'm gonna know where I'm gonna, you know, really lay down and set down my roots, or what my focus or attention is going to be. And when we're in that energy, love life can be challenging, okay? Because if we want to attract a long-lasting relationship, think about it, because this is the thing with you. I feel this very strongly, and this came up in your energy the last time I did your reading too, even though I was tired and I was like, I am not going to send that reading out. I'm going to do this reading over again. It came up very strongly the last time I did your reading, and it's coming up very strongly now. You are a very dynamic person, okay? You are someone that you are many different things all in one, okay? And you were saying, I don't know, like these guys, they don't seem to like, want me, or like I'm interested in, they don't seem to want what I want. And the reason why, my dear, is I feel like you're looking for stability, but the people that are around you right now are people who are not on your level emotionally, spiritually, mentally. They're not on your level, right? And they see everything as black and white. Or if they're looking for somebody to settle down with and have this life with, they're looking in the sense of like, oh gosh, like you can either be the wild, fun, crazy one, or you can be like a good marriage mate, good parent material, or arm candy. They don't realize, or they don't see that you can have all these things in one person, that people are not just clear cut black and white in different categories or different boxes. And because you are someone who's accomplished a lot of things in your life, and you are somebody that you are an independent person. Like, you're not clingy, you're not looking for someone to rescue you per se. And you're somebody that can do okay with spending time alone. You're not falling apart or anything like that. So you're around these guys that see a life partner as somebody who's weaker than them, or somebody who's going to be needy, or somebody who's more of like a hassle, right? They're not looking at marriage or commitment as something they want to do. It's more of a necessary thing. It's more of like this burden, my partner is this burden, this responsibility in my life, and you're not a burden. And so I do feel there's people that see you as someone that they can have a good time with, or somebody who's very independent or able to take care of themselves, and they find this very refreshing. And then when it goes into the subject of like being a relationship or something like that, they're like, oh my goodness, no, because this was fun for me, and a relationship is not a fun thing. So I do feel that's one of the aspects too, of one of the things that you're encountering. But as far as King of Pentacles being at the foundation, and this being your clarifiers here, this Eight of Swords, this Four of Cups, this Five of Pentacles, I think you're hoping, like, you don't feel like, oh my goodness, I have to be married or I have to be in a relationship because I can't be my own person. That's not the situation with you. I just feel like nothing in life really has felt very satisfying. And so you're hoping that, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what's missing. Maybe if I find my person, maybe if I'm in the right relationship, then I'm going to have this sense of fulfillment, then I'm going to have this sense of being satisfied, and then life isn't going to feel so boring and uneventful. Okay, and so when we're in that energy, it makes it difficult to manifest a life partner, because we need to be in the energy of stability if we're trying to require a stable person. Now, that doesn't mean that you're unstable in the sense that, like, you're not responsible, but you're not satisfied where you are. Okay, I even feel there might be a little bit of wanderlust in you. There might be this part of you that would love to travel, or sometimes you think about, well, what if I relocated or found a job in another place? But then you stop and you say, oh, but what if I do that? I'm gonna ruin my chance of finding my person, because what if my person is here? What if my person is, not somewhere else? So, in that way, you're a little bit, like, tied up here, right? But there's this part of you that would just really like to go on, right? So you're not necessarily feeling comfortable where you are. You're not feeling rooted where you are. And if you're not rooted where you are, it's going to be hard to attract somebody who's going to be coming into a situation of, like, okay, let's make a life here, because it's vibration. People respond to vibration. And I kind of feel, because you're in this vibration of discontentment, like this boredom or discontentment, maybe with the place where you are, what's going on in your life, you know, you're attracting these men, or you're being attracted to men who also are in the energy of discontentment, where nothing's just really making them happy, and they don't know what it is, and they're searching, but they sure as heck don't want stability, you know, in terms of relationship, you know, because that's maybe something that they're trying to escape. So that's one thing I feel like is happening here energetically. So next we have the World. Okay, this is good. This is a major arcana card. So when the major arcana cards come up, I've said this in the YouTube videos, I'm not sure if you have heard me or if you remember, but, you know, I've basically said that when the major arcana cards come up in a situation, they're letting me know that something is happening here that's directly connected to your life purpose, your life path, something you are meant to learn. It's a very significant crossroads. And so love life is something you're here to master. Relationship is something you're here to master. And you will, okay? So the fact that you have the World coming up in the more recent past makes me feel like, in terms of whatever blockages you may have had, that maybe in the past relationships were difficult because you were blocking yourself in some way, or there were blockages in your chakras. This World card makes me feel like you've cleared a lot of that out, just intuitively looking at it. But we're gonna take a look here and pull some clarifiers. And what way does this World card apply to Ravneet's love life? Okay, my darling. We have got the Eight of Pentacles. We have got, oh my goodness gracious, Four of Wands. And we have got the Temperance card. So this makes me feel like you did something. And for some reason, it does make me feel like there may have been some kind of a move. Maybe you did move. Maybe that's why I was getting Wanderlust. And these cards together make me feel like you really worked hard to do something in terms of getting established or getting settled somewhere. And you're still feeling discontent because you're like, well, I thought that when I did this, I would be settled and I would find my person, because I felt guided to do that and I followed my intuition. But yet it still has not happened. Well, the Temperance card is saying just be patient. Okay, again, you've got a major arcana card with the Temperance card. So that's saying whatever decision you made recently, and in terms of like what you did to feel more rooted in your space or where you are, you were guided to do that. But now is the time of patience. Something is cooking behind the scenes and you have to trust. Eight of Pentacles is letting me know that you've worked very hard. You've put a lot of work into trying to do what you can in your power to fix the situation, to be in the right place. Four of Rods also is coming up for a couple of reasons here. Four of Rods is, I feel like the universe is trying to give you encouragement here, and like, you know, give you reassurance that yes, you will marry, because Four of Rods is a card of weddings, celebrating, being with like friends and family, and just that milestone moment. But for me, a lot of times Four of Rods also has a double meaning, where there's like a return, because it's a card of being home, okay? Like, you know, so like it's like making my home in my adult life. Like, you know, this is who my friends are, this is who my family is. Like, I'm settled, I'm celebrating, I'm in joy. But that sense of home sometimes for me in readings also comes up when someone is making a return to like their childhood home, or a return to be a place where they're closer to family. Sometimes it's like a homecoming. So I'm not sure, maybe you did move somewhere, or you returned to somewhere where there was more of like a familiar family background, or something familiar to your upbringing. But I feel like what these cards are saying, look, my dear, you know, you did the right thing. You were being guided to do this. And now it's just a time of patience to allow people and things to catch up with you and where you are right now. Temperance is saying there's something here having to do with timing and to be patient. Your next card is you have the Death card, and you're like, oh my god, it was so positive, why do we have this terrible card now? the death card is not negative by any means. I love this card. Anytime it's come up in my readings, it's been always before a very good thing, whether it's for me or for my clients. Now, it's a very good thing for you, Ravneet, because you, like myself, are a Scorpio, okay? And the death card is associated with the astrological sign of Scorpio, okay? And so in a reading, anytime that person's astrological card comes up, it's positive because it's telling us that you are in the power of your birth energy, the power of your planets. You're really coming into your seat of power. And for Scorpio, the thing that we do like nobody's business, we do better than any other sign. We are a sign of death and rebirth. We are constant transformation. We are constant reinvention. We are constant just, improving and getting better and getting over obstacles. And we're constantly changing for the better and evolving. We're constantly evolving. So the death card comes up when there's some kind of transformation that's happening. And I think you're discouraged because you're looking at your life and you're like, I put a lot of work into where I am right now. And at the time it felt wonderful and there was a time I was happy with it, but now I don't feel fulfilled and nothing seems to be fulfilling me. Well, it's because you're going through a transformation. I feel a lot of what you're experiencing is happening through your spiritual process. You're having some deeper spiritual awakening right now, and you're really looking for a sense of purpose. There may have been a time when you were really focused on material stability, not in the sense of being a materialistic person, but where maybe it was very important for you to have a really good education, a really good career, a certain title, a certain level of income, because you saw these as being accomplished, being responsible, being stable. After all, that King of Pentacles came up for you right away, and that's having a comfortable life. But you're realizing now that yes, these things are good, but something here is missing. And I think that's why you're also turning to love, is because love is something deeper than money. Love is something deeper than a title. You will have it. The cards are confirming for you that you'll have it. We'll go a little bit more deeper before the reading finishes in terms of timing and who might be coming in and all those juicy little details. But this makes me feel very strongly like with this transformation, you're not feeling very connected with the people and the things around you. And so my one bit of advice to you, because I do feel like this is a very strong spiritual awakening, the fulfillment that you're looking for just for right now, things will balance out. You are, the universe is directing you towards the perfect job, the perfect scenario. But for right now, while you're going through the transformation, instead of focusing on where am I supposed to be, where is the finish line so I can hurry up and get there, you need to take some breaks. When you're not at work, when you have off days, you need to be spending time doing things that are fulfilling for you, okay? As trivial and as pointless as they might seem to be, you have to stop looking at it from the idea of logic and reason of, well, this is just wasting time. If I'm doing this, I'm not doing anything to better my situation. This is not solving my situation. I don't care. I really don't care, because this is a matter of your vibration. So when you have your off days and off times, instead of killing yourself to change everything, you need to adjust your frequency. You need to adjust your vibration. Then the things are going to come in and they're going to flow. Okay? Then you're not having to work or fight so hard. I'll give you an example, Ravneet. Right now you're like a person, you're in this really big swimming pool, and you're wanting to get from one end of the swimming pool to the other. And so you're in this energy where you're splashing really hard, like you're swimming super, super hard to just get across as fast as you can, just to get from one end to the other as fast as you can, splashing, kicking really hard. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with swimming, but when you do that, that actually slows you down. That could actually make it to where you kind of start sinking or you start going under and you're not covering a whole lot of space. So what you want to do is go with the flow of the water. What you want to do is go with the flow of the current. You're not, like in a swimming pool, maybe there isn't a current, right? But you want to move with the energy of the water. And you know what? If you were just to kind of lay on your back and look up at the sky and look at the birds flying and look at the beautiful clouds and look at what a beautiful day it is, and just really gently, just like, move your legs, move your arms, just like, very, very gently, very relaxed, you will go much farther, much faster. Just kind of letting the water carry you. And so this is why it's important for you to find things that are fun for you. This is why it's important for you right now to do things that are bringing you joy, things that are bringing you enjoyment, things that are giving you a sense of, happiness, because this is raising your vibration and this is helping you align with the right people, places, and things. People that you have things in common with. Yep. See? The Sun card. Another major arcana card. This is playfulness. This is happiness. This is true love. The Sun card can even sometimes indicate children being born. So if you had a question or if you were wondering, am I going to have a family of my own? Am I going to have children? This would definitely say yes, you absolutely are. But there needs to be a sense of playfulness, a sense of freedom, a sense of being yourself. And again, major arcana. You've had several major arcana cards come up. So you're at a very big crossroads, and that's why things feel very up in the air for you, and that's why you're not very sure about where you're headed, because everything right now is a transition. Okay, so the best that you can do is raise your vibration so that things move speeded along more quickly, and you're manifesting happier situations and connecting with your soul family. And again, here, my darling, you have the Empress, another major arcana card. Holy smokes, my dear. This is saying this is where you're headed. You might even be doing something where you're starting your own practice or your own business, because the Empress sometimes does signify a business owner or an entrepreneur, somebody who's doing something very creative, someone who's very nurturing, someone who's very respected, but still very, fun, still very warm, still very attractive and interesting and charismatic. The Empress, like, people adore her, they want to be near her, but they're also very cautious because they don't want to disrespect her out of fear of losing her favor. They're not terrified of her because she's mean, right? But they respect her, and they're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be cut out by her. I don't want her to leave me out. I want her to like me. So people are going to approach with this respect. Empress is also a symbol of fertility, of a very strong, powerful matriarch, mother, business owner. I feel also you're gravitating towards things that are more creative. Okay, so maybe you're in the line of work where you're not really able to use your creativity. Okay, so maybe for right now, when we talked about doing things that are fun for you, just on the side, the things that are interesting to you in terms of creativity, spend time in those things. Do those things as a hobby. Don't look at it as, oh, it's not practical. Don't look at it as, oh, it's not, doing anything responsible in my life. Do it as an outlet, as a way of raising your vibration, and that may ultimately lead you to the career change or to the job that you're hoping for. I've actually personally known people who they've had that happen in their life. Their hobby became their work or their business. uh I am one of those people, and so I can tell you, it is possible and it does happen. And the more you're doing what comes naturally to you, the less it feels like work. Okay, and the more fulfilling it is for you. So you're being asked to connect with your creativity right now. Okay, and I feel like at some point you may even be having your own business. So let's look into who's coming in for you. I also feel there's a lot of people that are just nitpicking at you, like, you know, have you done this yet? Have you met anybody yet? Like, what are you doing? Like, I think they care about you, but you need to disconnect from that energy. Don't let their nervousness get into your head. I think they care. I think they're very nervous people. This could be like a maternal energy, but honey, you need to just disconnect from that noise. You don't need it. You need to be in your fun right now. You need to be in your playfulness. See here, who is coming in, who is coming in, and when, who is coming in and when, who is coming in and when. Oh my gosh, definitely gonna be a marriage. Let's look at all the cards here because we're kind of running out of time. So I'm gonna pull them all over and we'll go through them. Okay. So I feel like, all right, you've got this first card here. You've got this Hierophant, okay? So this is telling us the person who's coming in is going to be of a very similar background as you. This is somebody who's going to have the same ethics as you, the same beliefs as you. It could even be the same cultural background. Just somebody who's very connected to your sense of, like, what home is for you, or what, connection is for you. Now, I do feel that you might see this person as a little bit impulsive. They could be a fire sign. They could have fire in their energy. And you may feel a little bit like, I don't know, because like you were looking at like that King of Pentacles, right? And we've got Page of Rods. So let's see, let's pull clarifiers. Why is Page of Rods here? In other words, this person might be very different from what you were expecting. You got the Chariot, the Star card, and the Two of Pentacles. This person who's coming in is definitely a soulmate. And this is somebody, like, we've got the Chariot, we've got the Star card. These are both major arcana cards, okay? So this Page of Rods who's coming in, like, they're coming in fast. When they come in, they're coming in fast. They're ready to go. They're like, let's do this. You are my star. You are my everything. Like, I'm talking long term. I'm talking long haul. Let's go. Let's do this, right? Like, they're ready to do the work. They're ready to get going. And you're like, holy smokes. You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I feel like when it's coming in so fast. You may have some, like, doubts about it, or you might be like, well, yeah, I wanted it, but now that it's here, I don't know that I want it. So you might be having some kind of concerns or worries. I do feel like on the other hand, you feel like, I don't want to let this person go. And I'm hearing September. I feel like you're meeting them in September, or you all are connecting in September. And I feel there's other people getting involved and like, oh, come on, Ravneet, this is great, go for it. And then so I think like you're having this fear as you're doing it. Like, am I making the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? And you're going off because you've got 10 of Cups here. So I do feel like you're gonna end up going through with it and having a marriage and getting married. But that happiness, that 10 of Cups, isn't happening until you make your own spiritual connection. So in other words, what Spirit is saying, this person is going to come in. I feel like they're coming in September. You are going to have this marriage. You are going to have an opportunity to take some time and look at, a career change or things that interest you or make you happier. But a part of you is like, man, I thought I would be happier when I was here. And this is an attractive guy. I like him. He's cute. He's fun, he's funny, and I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon, but like now that I'm here, I just feel like something is still missing. What's wrong with me? Am I ungrateful? Am I never gonna be happy? It's the spiritual connection that's lacking. Once you have that spiritual connection, you're gonna feel like, man, I've got everything. I've got a great life. I'm happy with my finances. I'm happy with career. I'm happy with my husband. I'm happy with my life. I'm super happy. So all that's really missing is the spiritual connection. So what you can do right now to just kind of speed up this process, my dear, is get in your joy now. Create with your creativity. Figure out how to connect with your spirituality. You have a massive, massive soulmate coming in. Okay? The only thing that's really missing, the void, is your connection with your higher power. Okay, and that's something that you can begin working on now so that you can enjoy and be happy when this person comes in instead of being in the anxiety, right? Then you can, if you already start working on this now, you can get these two out of the way, if you start working on your spiritual connection now and just go to the connection and the happily ever after. Okay? Thank you so much for reaching out, Ravneet. Take care.